I think that, I mean, I've just been at this conference of air accident investigators, 44 different countries represented. They all say the same thing. They have to go in with a completely open mind. They never ever jump to a conclusion. It's really critical. But it is significant that there doesn't appear to have been a distress signal. Now, when you talk to pilots, they say even in pretty bad emergencies, you've normally got a chance to get some kind of distress call out. It's actually quite quick to do. You can punch in 4 numbers and press enter on a little panel down there. They'll be trying to control an emergency first, but they've normally got time after that to at least tell somebody they're in trouble. That doesn't seem to have happened this time. That suggests it's something that happened very, very quickly. The radar data stops when it was very high. It doesn't show it coming down at all. So it's all pointing towards something happening very quickly. That could be literally a hole in the aircraft, a fault with the aircraft, and suddenly the whole thing breaks up in the air. That's very, very rare. It does, of course, lead to the possibility as well that there could be some kind of explosive device on board.
Now, amongst those on board, we know that there were 3 security personnel. Is that unusual?
It's not unusual for aircraft flying in those sorts of areas. I mean, look at the Americans have a lot of these air marshals flying around on board as well, looking out for suspicious people doing suspicious things. So it's not unusual, but that's just people on board. It's quite possible, if this was some kind of terrorist attack, and we don't know it was yet, it's quite possible there was nothing to see on board. It's quite possible that something could have been put onto the aircraft at one of the airports they'd have visited beforehand, so there wouldn't have actually been anything they could do. I think people like that are there to disincentivize attacks, and also if someone tries to storm a cockpit, that's where those people come into their own and try to stop it. So it doesn't necessarily mean that these things can't happen.